The Tooth Fairy's Spooky Sweet Dilemma by Erik Burks. Welcome, dear listeners, to a magical tale full of sparkle, laughter, and just a little bit of Halloween mischief. Tonight, we step into the enchanted forest, where the Tooth Fairy lives in her cozy mushroom house beneath the glow of the moonlight. But this isn't just any story. Oh no. This is the Tooth Fairy's Spooky Sweet Dilemma, a whimsical adventure about friendship, clever ideas, and finding balance when treats tempt us most. So settle in, snuggle up, and let your imagination take flight as we begin our story of twinkling wings, sugar plum sparkles, and Halloween magic. Chapter 1. October Worries. The Tooth Fairy paced her mushroom house, her wings casting sparkly shadows in the autumn twilight. Her cavity alert calendar, decorated with pressed orange maple leaves, showed October 31st circled in worried red ink.
Oh dear,
she fretted to her mouse secretary, who was organizing Halloween-themed Band-Aids by size and spookiness.
It's almost that night again! The night of 1,000 cavities!
She picked up her special occasions teacup, the one painted with tiny pumpkins, and took a nervous sip of peppermint tea.
Last year, poor Mr. Sandman's dream sand turned completely sticky from all the sugar rushes. And the year before that, oh, look how pretty those bats are flying in formation! No, focus on Halloween!
Chapter 2. A Visit from the Sugar Plum Fairy. Just then, a shower of sparkling purple dust announced the arrival of her old friend, the Sugar Plum Fairy, who materialized in a swirl of candy-scented sparkles.
Darling.
The Sugar Plum Fairy twirled gracefully, her gossamer dress catching the light.
I thought I might find you worrying about Halloween again.
The Tooth Fairy wrung her hands.
But how can I not worry? The sticky candies, the hard candies, is that a new crystal star clip in your hair? It's absolutely lovely. No, back to the candy crisis.
The Sugar Plum Fairy settled into a toadstool chair, adjusting her spun sugar hair and placing her sugar crystal crown.
My dear friend, perhaps we're thinking about this all wrong. Instead of fighting Halloween's sweetness, why don't we make it an opportunity to teach balance?
Chapter 3. A Sweet Solution.
Balance?
The Tooth Fairy paused her pacing, nearly knocking over her collection of Teeth Through History, currently bookmarked at Dinosaurs Nature's First Dentists.
Like when I try to carry equal amounts of fairy dust in each wing. That never works out well.
The Sugar Plum Fairy laughed like tinkling bells.
No, dear. I mean teaching children that treats can be part of a healthy life when enjoyed wisely. After all, even flower nectar is sweet, and your beloved hummingbirds seem to manage just fine.
Oh, speaking of hummingbirds, did you see the one wearing a tiny Halloween costume? It looked just like a... No! Back to Halloween planning.
Together they began crafting a plan, writing ideas on maple leaves with shimmering ink, smart sweet choices, tooth-friendly timing, the great Halloween trade-off, magic water reminders, and brush before bed sparkle rewards. Chapter 4. The Halloween Helper Squad. Soon, the Tooth Fairy's mushroom house hosted an unusual gathering. The Sugar Plum Fairy sprinkled sweet but sensible magic, while the Sandman, who had brought his own dream-proof candy bowl, contributed ideas from his riverside home. Even Mr. Easter Bunny hopped by, though he was supposed to be hibernating.
Moderation,
He declared.
that's how I manage my chocolate inventory.
Says the bunny who hides candy eggs everywhere,
Muttered the Sandman good-naturedly. The Tooth Fairy fluttered excitedly.
We could leave special Halloween notes and magic toothbrushes that sparkle when used. And, oh my, is that a chocolate-covered strawberry. It looks just like a tiny jack-o'-lantern. No. Focus on the plan.
Chapter 5. Magic in the Making. In the weeks before Halloween, the Tooth Fairy and her friends put their plan into action. The Sugar Plum Fairy enchanted water fountains to sparkle invitingly between treats. The Sandman prepared special dreams that would gently remind children to brush before bed, featuring dancing toothbrushes performing the Monster Mash. The Tooth Fairy began leaving preliminary notes under pillows.
Dear sweet trick-or-treater, on Halloween night when treats abound, here's some fairy wisdom I have found. Sip water between your candy treasures. Save some sweets for later pleasures. Brush before dream time. That's the key. And maybe share a chocolate with me. P.S. I got distracted by a cat in a wizard costume and almost forgot to leave this note. Love, the Tooth Fairy.
Chapter 6. Halloween Night. On the big night, the Tooth Fairy fluttered above the trick-or-treating crowds, her wings twinkling like stars. She watched with delight and only minor dental anxiety as children in costumes collected their treats.
Look!
She exclaimed to a passing bat.
That little ghost is sharing candy with her brother. And that tiny superhero is drinking water between houses. And, oh my! Is that a child dressed as a tooth fairy? Her wings are simply... No. Stay focused on the mission.
The Sugar Plum Fairy danced through the streets, sprinkling her special satisfaction dust that made small portions feel like grand treats. Meanwhile, the Sandman floated along the river, preparing extra sweet dreams to rival any sugar rush. Chapter 7. A Halloween Success. Later that night, the Tooth Fairy peeked into windows, expecting to find her usual Halloween chaos. But something wonderful had happened. Children were sorting their candy into tonight treats and save for later piles. Parents were helping with brushing routines that seemed more like fun games than chores. Some families had even started switch witch traditions, trading excess candy for small toys or books.
It's working!
She whispered excitedly to her mouse secretary, who was taking careful notes with a candy corn pen.
They're enjoying their treats and taking care of their teeth. This is better than the time I found a dinosaur tooth that... Oh, look at that jack-o'-lantern's crooked smile. No. Finish the observations.
Chapter 8. Sweet Dreams and Clean Teeth. Back in her mushroom house, the Tooth Fairy held an after-Halloween tea party for her helpers. The Sugar Plum Fairy brought sugar-free treats, the Sandman contributed dream sand cookies, and Mr. Easter Bunny, who had woken up again, shared his secret carrot cake recipe.
You see,
The Tooth Fairy explained to her teacup collection.
Halloween isn't about saying no to sweets. It's about saying yes to caring for our smiles while we enjoy life's treats.
She wrote her traditional report to Mrs. Claus.
Dearest Mrs. C, Halloween was a spectacular success. The children learned that treating themselves doesn't mean tricking their teeth. Though I did notice some candy canes appearing early. Is someone getting ready for Christmas already? P.S. Have you seen my collection of Halloween stickers? I'm sure I just had them. P.P.S. Never mind. They're stuck to my wings again. Love, T.F.
The end. The moral of the story is, life's sweetest moments come from finding balance, enjoying treats while taking care of our precious smiles. And remember, even the Tooth Fairy enjoys a piece of chocolate now and then, when she's not distracted by sparkly costume glitter. P.S. The Sugar Plum Fairy would like everyone to know that she started a Smart Sweets dance class, though attendance is spotty because the Tooth Fairy keeps getting distracted by the spinning sugar crystals in her tutu. Thank you so much for joining us on this magical adventure, The Tooth Fairy's Spooky Sweet Dilemma, written by Erik Burks. We hope you enjoyed the sparkle, laughter, and lessons of balance as much as we enjoyed bringing this story to life for you. If you'd like to continue the magic beyond the audiobook, this story is also available on Amazon Kindle and as a beautiful paperback edition, perfect for young readers and families to enjoy together during story time. From all of us in the Enchanted Forest, thank you for listening, and may your nights be filled with sweet dreams, bright smiles, and just the right touch of magic.